30 plus browser tabs. 2 weeks until the trip. Booked so far? Nothing. Several tabs. Booking.com, TripAdvisor, Trivago, Skyscanner, several Google Maps, several Reddit threads. The newest one you wrote, several websites with best things to do in Porto, naming the same places, Expedia, and so on. This is what trip planning really looks like. And after a full afternoon of it, most people know less than when they started. That is not planning. That only feels like planning. The problem is not too little information. The problem is too much. None of these sources know anything about the traveler. They do not know that early starts ruin the day. They do not know that one person in the group does not eat meat. They do not know the budget. They do not know that one real thing, seen slowly, beats 6 famous things in a rush. So the internet gives you the average trip. That is why the same 6 places sit on every list. Not because they fit you, because they are the safest thing to tell a stranger. Planning a trip is not an information problem. It's a filtering problem. And browser tabs cannot filter. So here is the move. Stop searching. Start briefing. Give one tool the whole situation. The people, the budget, the taste, the boring details. Then let it filter. One honest note first. Claude has no secret list of hidden places. It cannot book anything. And sometimes it says something false in a very confident voice. More on that later. What it can do is hold the whole trip in its head at once and weigh every part against every other part. That is the trick. Simple and very useful. 4 prompts. Here they are. This first prompt does the most work, and almost nobody uses it. Do not ask Claude to plan the trip. Ask it to interview you first. I am planning a trip and I want your help. Before you suggest anything at all, ask me the questions you need to plan this well. Ask a few at a time, not all at once. Cover things like who is going and how many of us, our rough budget, the dates or lengths, how fast or slow we like to travel, what we genuinely enjoy and what we hate, any dietary or mobility needs, and the 1 or 2 things that would make a trip a win. Do not start planning until you have enough to do it properly. Now it asks instead of guessing, and it asks things you would never type into a search bar. Where? Is the destination already decided? Who is going? Number of people, rough ages, and when and how long? Fixed dates, rough window. The last line does the work. Without do not start planning yet, it jumps straight into a generic itinerary. Plain sentences are enough as answers. No prompt engineering. By the end, it knows more about the trip than any website could, because no website ever asks. Next batch of questions. Budget. Roughly what per person for the 4 nights? Pace. Do you want 1 anchor per day and the rest loose? Also, are late nights out part of the plan or early starts? Loves and hates. What genuinely excites you? And just as useful, what would you rather skip entirely? Next round of questions. Dietary or physical needs? Any allergies? Vegetarian, vegan, or anything that rules out long walking days? Rooms and wheels. How many rooms? And for day trips, are you open to renting a car for a day or 2? The win condition. When you are back at home, what are the 1 or 2 things that have to have happened for you to call it a great trip? 2 last points. For the car day trip, which direction appeals most? And how well do you know Porto already? And finally, here is the plan with the shape of it. 4 nights, 2 anchors a day, nothing before 10 o'clock. Once it knows the group, ask it to surprise you based on everything I just told you. Suggest things to do and places to go that fit us specifically. Include a few I probably would not think to search for on my own. For each one, tell me in a sentence why it fits what I said we wanted. And be honest, if something is a tourist trap or only worth it for certain people, say so. This is where the good things come from. Not because Claude knows secrets, because the search bar only returns what you already know exists. Everyone types the famous landmark. Nobody types the quiet place 2 districts away that matches exactly what the group asked for, because there is no way to know it is there. It connects what you want to options you did not know about. A search engine cannot do that. It waits until you already know the answer. And that honesty line matters. It gives Claude permission to talk you out of things. A plan that tells you what to skip is worth more than one that says yes to everything. Left alone, AI plans your trip like an influencer. 9 stops a day, 4 districts, a sunrise hike after a late flight. It looks great, and it would finish you by day 2. So tell it not to. Turn this into a day-by-day plan. Do not cram it. Assume we are real people, not a highlight reel. Account for travel time between places. A slow first morning because we will be tired from getting there. And at least one afternoon with nothing planned. Group each day by area so we are not crossing the whole city twice in a day. Put the must do things on days with a backup in case the weather turns. Do not cram it is the whole prompt. That default AI itinerary is a packing contest. That empty afternoon is not wasted time. On most good trips, that is where the best parts happen. The last prompt saves the most stress. Before you book anything, ask Claude to attack the plan. Look at this whole plan and tell me what I have forgotten or what could go wrong. What needs booking ahead or sells out? What might be closed on the day we are going? Where are the long transit gaps or the days I have accidentally overpacked? What is the thing a person who had been here before would warn me about? On this trip, it found things that could break my dates. For example, Saturday, the 15th of August, is Assumption Day, a national public holiday across Portugal. Smaller shops and family run places close. This turns it from a planner into the friend who has already been there. It finds the thing that must be booked weeks ahead, the day with 2 stops on opposite sides of the city, the gap where you end up somewhere with nothing open. None of that occurs to you until you are standing in it. Now the part the hype leaves out. Claude can search the web, so it is not only working from memory, but AI still gets specific facts wrong, and it says them in the same calm, confident voice, right or wrong. There are real cases of travelers stranded or walking toward places that do not exist because they trusted that voice. So take the holiday it just flagged. Do not take its word for it. Open the official Portuguese holiday calendar and check. This time it was right. That is not the point. The point is that you looked. So here is the rule. Let it decide and draft. Never let it be your source of truth. Opening hours, prices, whether a place is still open, the last train, visa rules, whether a trail is safe. Check every one of those on the official source. The plan is a good running start. It is not a booking confirmation, and it is not a park ranger. Skip all of this if planning is the fun part for you, and skip it for a weekend you have done 10 times. There is nothing to filter. But 2 weeks out, nothing booked. Stop searching. Start briefing. How many hours did your last trip research take? And did it make the trip better? Tell me below.